What's going on, listeners? We're back with another episode of the JDA show, Ep.4. As always, I'm RJ.
What's up, guys? Jesse here.
Hello.
How you guys feeling? Feeling healthy? Not sick or anything, right?
I have some
Everyone's
flu-like symptoms, but other than that,
I fell down my stairs last night, and
Are you being serious?
I'm hurting.
Okay, that's not... I'm asking to make sure you don't have this virus going around.
Oh.
I was just kidding for the record. I don't have any flu-like symptoms.
we wouldn't be
Can't
doing this
joke
if he
around
was
that.
sick.
Well, my arm hurts though.
I don't think that's really what we're looking for symptoms.
I tripped on a shoebox.
You're probably...
Gotta watch out.
My arm is fucked up, dude. My
Better than-
hand is tingly.
How
My
you
fingers are tingly.
How are we going to do this episode with that bum arm of yours?
I mean, I'll be fine. I'm just planning on losing the arm. Although I haven't thrown a baseball yet, so I think that I could may have found myself in a rookie of the year situation.
Which one? You're talking like the little kid from the Cubs.
Yeah,
that
with Gary
one.
Busey
Yep.
throwing the stinking cheddar.
Yep.
That movie, dude. I watched that movie not that long ago. That
We were
movie is
here
so
for that.
corny.
It's a
You guys
funny
watched
movie.
it?
Yeah, we were here.
So on the agenda for today, we're gonna start. We got to talk coronavirus because I feel like if we save that for last, be like
You
leaving.
guys have heard about that, right?
Yeah, just a little bit. Leaving the elephant in the room as we talked about everything else. But other than that, we're gonna talk about some Celtics, NFL free agency, a little bit of Bruins talk, and then we'll have a small type of betting segment. Obviously, nothing to really make picks for because everything is canceled or postponed for now. But we're gonna start start the talk off with some coronavirus discussion. So we talked about it a couple weeks ago. I think we all said some things maybe we regret, especially me saying quote unquote that thing can't touch me. So
Yeah.
Rudy Gobert obviously was making a lot of jokes about it, and it came back to bite him in the ass. So my throat has been bothering me a little bit driving around, and I'm like,
You gonna get out in front of it and repent?
I don't know what that means. Oh, you mean like I apologize for what I said a couple of weeks ago.
Thank you.
So like karma gods, please leave me alone. I'm not trying to get the coronavirus.
Hey, speaking of Rudy Gobert, I saw a video on Twitter yesterday, and it was Rudy Gobert at the free throw line. You know how they quarantined their last 5 teams?
Yeah,
like the
Celtics being
right?
one of them.
So they were playing the Raptors. It was maybe like a week ago tops. Gobert shoots a free throw, and then Ibaka grabs the ball and kisses it, and then hands it to the official.
That's disgusting.
Yikes, Surge.
So-
Can you imagine if he
Rip
played?
Surge.
If he played last night, can you imagine how many people he might have infected?
He wasn't even at the arena, was he?
No, I'm saying maybe he never wasn't showing symptoms for it.
Well, yeah,
yet.
if they continued the game, and because remember what our buddy Shane was saying, how the you have it
For
a week
5
before your
days or
symptoms
something?
start
It's
showing
like
up.
2 to 5 days. What? You guys can talk to
Oh, so
doctor.
you're a doctor.
Hey,
Yeah.
Dr.
I was a
Gifford.
doctor last episode.
Yeah.
I diagnosed Sale with his arm injury, so
Fair enough.
you guys can come to me about any medical questions you have. Listeners,
Well, Mitchell wasn't showing any symptoms either
That's what I'm saying,
when he
is
got
if they
tested
played.
positive for it. And they're actually really lucky that it was just him out of the 50-something people, and Gobert was running around like an asshole, touching everybody and touching everyone's
Yeah.
stuff. Like, he looks like a giant
Not a
D-bag.
Yeah,
Not
he
a good
apologized.
look.
He came out and apologized, right? Kind of was like, "Oh, I'm all right. Like, I'm pretty sorry. Use this case
Yeah,
as an
saw that. I
example."
saw that post. I was like, I don't give a shit.
Like,
Yeah.
24 hours ago, maybe a little more than that, we were, people were, it was getting discussed, but I feel like in the last 24 hours, ever
really
since last night, since that Utah OKC game,
It's
when
everywhere.
shit hit the fan, everything
Pull
is
out your
just,
phone. It's Facebook,
it's
Twitter.
everywhere.
It's all Corona.
It's not going to be the same for a while, but are you buying into the panic? Are you going to these grocery stores? Are you loading up on supplies? Are you hoarding toilet paper? You look like a guy that would probably sell some on Amazon for a good price. Wouldn't be a bad way to make some money.
Some kid was selling squirts of hand sanitizer. He got suspended.
I also saw a story that an Australian woman accidentally ordered 2 pallets of toilet paper
2 pallets?
online.
How much does
She
that
she
cost?
tried to order 48 rolls and she ordered 48 boxes of
Oh
toilet
my
paper.
goodness.
So she ended up spending like over $2,000 in toilet paper.
Wow, she's gonna be that
But
plug.
now it's like gold. So she's
Rich,
honestly,
essentially.
yeah, she fell right into
She
a
might
good
not have to
money
work
making
again.
scheme.
I think people that are hoarding the supplies are a huge part of the issue. That's where it's going to start people
Hysteria,
going crazy.
yeah.
Yeah, that just shows the panic when I think everyone just needs to take a breath and relax. Like, do what you need to do to not get sick, but you don't need to go to your local store and just hoard food, hoard toilet paper, hoard hand sanitizer. Like, it's out of hand.
Yeah.
Like, people are going to start killing each other over this stuff. That's how apocalypses start.
I think last week when we were talking about it, it wasn't. It didn't feel like
2 weeks ago. It really was nothing.
Yeah, and I mean, at that moment, I think everybody's mentality was like, "Oh, it's like swine flu. It's like the bird flu. Like it's just one of these things that happens and it'll pass and it'll be a non-story in just a couple weeks." But now that you're seeing the NBA, the NHL, all of these sports teams, all of these huge, like businesses and corporations forfeiting millions, if not billions, of dollars, that I think makes it a lot more real to a lot of people.
Yeah, I think last night was like me. Like I'm still like I'm not like gonna go crazy or anything, but I'm definitely taking it more serious because last night it just had that when we were all sitting around the couch had that weird feeling of these games get canceled. You go on your phone, the NBA suspended their season.
Yeah,
it seems like it's starting to get more serious by the day. And hopefully our country should have gotten on this sooner than they did. But hopefully getting on it like we did now, we can start to. Hopefully, in the next month, we get back to our normal lives.
It's honestly too late now. I mean,
things are going to be not the norm for a while now. Like, we're probably not going to have any sports to watch.
Schools will be closed.
Yeah, like, we've never lived in times like this before. And things are going to be real strange, and we're going to be having a hard time finding something to watch on TV.
Yeah, I mean, whether or not I'm buying into the panic, like, I don't think it's gonna have like a big death toll or anything, and I don't know. I could see the cases rising and maybe living up to the panic.
Yeah, as of now, it's like there's a little over 120,000 cases worldwide.
Yep.
A little over 4,000 people have died.
Right.
What bothers me is that the United States isn't testing people. They don't have like in Massachusetts.
I've got a number right here.
In Mass, I think the U.S. has only tested 10,000 people.
They're testing 20. The USA averages 23 tests per million people. That's the smallest percentage of any developed nation in the world.
Yeah, so I think what I saw was that we have enough tests for 10,000 people, while there are countries who complete that many tests in a single day.
Yeah. Our healthcare system is just not where it should be. Not to make things political, but it's not where it should be.
I mean, I don't think it's too outlandish or partisan to say that we're maybe not taking this serious enough, starting at the top of our government.
Yeah,
at least we weren't at first.
I'm just saying. I mean,
makes you wonder whether
now he came
maybe.
Out,
yeah, but somebody wasn't taking it very serious.
Taking
a couple
making
weeks
some
ago.
jokes about it.
Hey, I can't say anything because I was doing it too, but I don't lead the country.
I'm probably guilty too.
Makes you wonder if like Biden's behind it.
Hey, if it was up to me.
Wait, what did Peter? What did your brother say?
We won't get into that.
All right.
If the virus could just take out both candidates, make them too sick to be able to, go along with the election, and we could just start over.
Yeah, Trump's gonna
That's me coming from a neutral standpoint. So, but let's not get too political. I feel like I've said too much, and I'm gonna regret that in like 5 minutes.
I just want to, go back to living life the way it was before.
You got a ways to go. It's not happening anytime soon.
I guess so.
I saw something on the radio, or heard something on the radio tonight, that if you're trying to disinfect stuff around your house and you can't get enough supplies to do it, apparently you can mix rubbing alcohol and laundry detergent, like a cup of laundry detergent, like you would put in the cap if you're doing a load of laundry.
I know what laundry detergent is.
Yeah, okay. Well, I was more looking at Jesse to see, make sure you knew what I was talking about.
I use pods, but
laundry sauce.
Okay. What?
Laundry sauce.
Yeah. So you mix that stuff together, rubbing alcohol and laundry detergent, and if you put it on stuff, it will disinfect it. Like if you want to put it on a doorknob.
Wouldn't the rubbing alcohol just do that anyways?
This is what I heard from, I think was an expert
Not a doctor.
on the radio.
Listen, I'm not making any concoction hand sanitizer in my house.
Well, I don't use it on your hands because I think it can rip your skin off. Just make sure you put it on the doorknobs. Don't use it on your hands. This is what
I've been starting every morning with a little shot of bleach in my OJ.
Yep.
Just to kind of cleanse my system.
Crazy times. You got to do what you got to do to stay alive.
I'm a doctor.
Yeah.
I'm not a doctor. But
I'm not going to come to you for anything.
I don't know if I have to say that.
All right, one area of the world that I'm a little concerned for with this whole coronavirus is Italy. They're taking it pretty bad here. I mean,
what about the Pope?
They have 1,000 deaths in about 2.5 months, maybe. And actually, wild. They did just close down some big churches over in Europe too.
Imagine if you're an American there and you're stuck there.
Oh,
because you can't travel to Europe or travel from there, and you're away from you're like just stuck
Yeah,
by yourself
anywhere.
in a foreign country.
And then they
Like-
deem that you have coronavirus and you get thrown into one of their quarantine buildings and
Yeah.
stuck
I
there.
wouldn't be surprised what
Never
could be
to be
going
heard
on in
from
some of
again.
these countries, with these
I
people
was
that
just-
have it. I don't know what they're doing to people in China. Wouldn't be surprised if they're killing them.
Iran,
Well, the cases are slowly going down in China.
people, yeah.
If
but
you can believe their
belie-
government,
yeah.
if you can believe their
Why
government there.
wouldn't you?
I don't really believe anything China says. I don't want nothing to do with that country.
China's not bad. They're good guys.
I
Satellite
disagree.
images today showed that Iran had dug out 2 football field long trenches, and they're building mass graves.
Well, Italy.
I'm not laughing about it,
What
but
are
it's
they
just
gonna do?
it's
Yeah,
crazy. Like,
Italy
what
is
are they going to do with
apparent-
their coronavirus victims, too?
Italy has got to the point where apparently the doctors are gonna have to they're gonna run out of supplies for these people that have coronavirus, and they're gonna have to make a decision on like who's closer to death. You know what I mean?
and they'll just stop treating them and hope they get better.
Yeah, and then the other person they'll treat, and the
Yeah.
other person they'll be like, "You're on your own." That's scary.
That
if
is
it gets
scary.
like that in this country, lock your doors.
Yeah,
People
for
are-
real.
You take sports away from me, and you take medical away from me.
You take medical.
Sports and medicine.
Yeah, you medicine. That
They
was
go right.
That was the better.
They go
word.
hand in hand.
They do.
Doctor.
Doctor.
All right, we can transition things now. Enough that
Yeah,
darkness
so-
that is a part of everybody's life. Maybe we can try and take your minds off it for the rest of the episode and
Yeah.
not talk about that.
Let's get into some sports.
I'll talk about some Celtics. So, I mean, hopefully we'll get to see them continue their seasons. Hopefully this conversation will even be relevant. But since we've talked, they're 1-2. They've blown some late game leads. Almost blew the game against Indiana two nights ago. I think it was Tuesday night. Are you concerned about these recent losses?
Yeah, they don't look like they're ready for the playoffs. This is a pretty shitty time for them to be playing like this. I thought the OKC loss was abysmal. Marcus Smart with some boneheaded plays at the end of the game, and you were controlling that Indiana game the whole way through. Indiana outscored us, I think, like by 13 in the fourth quarter, and you almost blew
They went on a
that game.
big run. I think it was like 18-2, 20-2. They
Yeah.
went on a big run in that
Granted,
fourth quarter.
they've been playing some good teams. Indiana's a good team. OKC's a good team. But I don't know. Like, you're going to be playing good teams in the playoffs, so you got to learn how to close these games out without having it come down to like 1 or 2 possessions.
Not
I
concerned.
know, yeah. I was going to say, no, you're not concerned.
Not concerned. Listen, this is a team that, for them to make any noise at all, they need to be 100% healthy. And they've been missing guys in this last 3 games. And since the All-Star break,
But last week you said that they were extremely the most talented team in the East.
Yeah, and they
So a
are
guy
when they have all their people.
So just a guy drops and they can't go pull out a win.
Yeah, it's just they need
So they
everyone
need everybody.
present.
They need everybody.
Yeah, all their big pieces.
Anybody who's going to make a run
All
in
their
the
big
playoffs
pieces.
needs to be completely healthy.
Well, I mean, the Lakers only have, like, they really just need LeBron and AD to be healthy. We have, like, 4 or 5 guys that if we're just missing one of them, if we're missing one of Brown, Tatum, Hayward, Smart, and I guess, is there even a 5th guy I could throw into that
Did you
category?
not say Tatum yet?
Oh, Walker was the one I
Walker.
didn't say. Yeah, they need, I feel like they need every single one of those guys present if they're going to be taken serious at all. And that's why I don't put too much stock into them going 1-2.
Yeah,
in the last 3.
I'm honestly not too concerned either. And that's just because they are what I thought they were. They're not contenders. So this is nothing new for me. I knew they weren't legit, so this isn't alarming to me. This is who I knew the team was. They're not real contenders. They're not getting past the second round, if there even is one. So that's how I feel
you don't
about
even
it.
believe in what you're saying.
Yes, I do. They're not making it
I
past
can
the
see
second
it on your
round.
face.
Really? Yeah, well, they can't see my face.
Giant-
They're not making
giant
it past
grin.
the second round. I stand by that. If they fall, they could easily fall to the 4 seed if we ever get to see basketball again. Miami, I believe, is a game and a half, 2 games behind them. They're not beating Milwaukee. So right there. And as things stand today, they'd have to play Philadelphia in the first round.
I bet they're going to
Don't
shorten
make
the
me make
regular
a pick
season.
there. That's probably what they're going to have to do.
So I don't see much moving going on at the top there. I bet they stay in the 3 seed, which
Unless-
for me is fine.
Unless they extend the season to August. But if you're talking a shortened regular season,
I'm sure
there
the
probably
date-
won't be much moving.
I'm sure the finals date will maybe be pushed back 3 weeks to a month, but I just think that they're going to end up playing less than 82 regular season games.
So what do you think they'll play?
Maybe
70, 75?
70.
Because everyone's got less than 20 games left
Yeah,
now, correct?
Maybe they'll play 72 games and cut it short 10 games each.
I don't care what you do.
I don't think they're
I don't care
extending
what you do. You
that
cannot
long.
cancel the season. Do not go there. I just think that would be...
You think they're gonna extend it into late, like into August late July, and then they'd be battling with the Olympics.
Well,
should those go
I don't
on?
think the Olympics is going to happen,
I
but
think it is.
I don't know.
If
In
all that
Japan,
money invested, it's going to happen.
it's already on the table that they said they might cancel it. But
yeah.
to your point where you were just saying, there's already been talks that apparently the NBA wants to start the regular season in December from now on because they don't want to compete with football anymore, and they want the season to go to August.
Oh, this
so
could
they
be
can just destroy baseball in ratings.
And make it no longer a sport anymore.
Exactly.
Now their hand is forced.
And a big part of the reasoning is because obviously, the NBA has their big TNT Thursday night games, and some crap NFL game could be on that night, and they still lose in the ratings. So they're like, hey, let's
compete with the NFL.
Yeah, you can't. Let's go in the summer. Let's start in December. Let's start on Christmas. Go to August. And this could be a good thing for baseball because maybe baseball will realize once they get slaughtered in ratings, let's actually, make some changes for once with that dying sport. So I think that's on the table too.
Yeah.
Baseball is dying.
MLS
is going to overtake it someday.
I feel like people have been saying that for a long time, that soccer is going to make a rise in this country, and it still never has.
It is starting to make a rise, though.
They need more talent.
They do.
They need more talent. They need more guys in their prime, guys that are coming in, at the very back end of their career.
Yeah, and because you can only do so much with, American players, There's only so many American soccer players to go around for the league.
And they're all not very good, to be
honest.
A lot.
Well, yeah. They're starting to get better, though. They are.
I think a big issue of the Celtics struggles have been, though, I think Brad Stevens has not had a good last few weeks. I think Danny Ainge is the biggest culprit for all of this.
What, because they didn't add a piece there?
They've got no bench, and he still has done nothing in the buyout market. And I originally
thought... The buyout market's over, by the way.
Yes, it is over, but apparently, I did not know this until the last few days, you can bring somebody in, like IT. So say IT was cut before the buyout market deadline.
Yeah.
So you can bring him in and he can be eligible for your playoff roster. So I did not know that before. I thought that if you brought IT in, he could only play in the regular season.
Right.
And he couldn't be on your playoff market. Or playoff roster, sorry.
I mean, it is on Danny, but he was going to probably be able to add, one guy? How much would adding one guy really help the bench? It is on his shoulders if there is a bench problem, which there sort of is a bench problem with the Celtics.
Sorta?
But
I mean, your guy Brad Wanamaker, I think was a minus 126 a few nights ago.
He's been horrible.
He
blows.
In
8 minutes.
He blows.
He was like, all right, we heard you the third time.
He blows. Did you hear me that time? I'll repeat myself 10 times.
Blows.
You don't hear me. All right. I think I might have talked him up once or twice on this show. He's not a world beater, but
hey, he's done the best he can in his spot. He shouldn't be getting put in the position he's in right now.
Yeah,
but it's because Danny Ainge got no help.
Yeah.
He ain't got it.
Which I think is a problem that's been that formed at the beginning of the season. I don't think really making one signing at the deadline would have really turned the bench into a good bench. Sure, it would have helped a little, but
you wouldn't have lost some of these games that you've lost.
That's
and the 2 seed would still be in play, which is a huge 2 seed.
I don't think you can
say
it for adding one piece.
Yeah, if it's a guy that can actually get his own off the bench, you wouldn't have lost that game against Brooklyn where you had nobody in overtime because everybody.
Who are you going to go get? Who are you going to go get to come off the bench?
Like I've said multiple times on the show, Bertrand's from Washington. I would have taken Isaiah Thomas. There's plenty of guys. I don't even care if the guy failed. Can you at least have gone and done something?
Yeah,
you should have done something.
I would have liked to see him, show some initiative, maybe bring someone in.
Yeah, so you're on my side.
I mean, slightly. I have 1 foot on your side.
No, I think you need to commit on one side. Don't sit on the fence.
No, I'll commit to the other side.
Yeah, my side.
That's fine. Good for the show. Still, Kemba Walker is struggling right now.
Second best player on the Celtics is struggling. Sorry, I shouldn't have gone there.
No, we can go there.
No, that's not.
I think he's struggling right now because he's playing on a bum knee. And why is his knee a bum knee? Because he played in the All-Star game and he didn't have to. And I'm never going to drop that. I'm never going to drop that.
Why?
He played 30-plus minutes in an All-Star game.
I understand what happened, RJ.
Yeah, and I'm not going to drop it because he's shooting 30-something% from the field. He's short on all of his jump shots.
He's just getting back into his groove. He had to sit out 5 games.
And why is he getting back into his groove?
I've got an interesting take
he had to sit out.
Kemba Walker's struggles. I think it may be a little hit to his confidence that the whole NBA, or that the whole league and all of NBA Twitter has been riding on Jason Tatum and talking Jason Tatum up. How many times
Yeah.
has he probably heard over the last month Jason Tatum's the best player on the Celtics? So maybe it's just a little adjustment period for him, a little hit to his confidence.
No, I agree, because it has sort of transitioned from it,
at the
like
beginning
him
of the
being
season.
the guy coming in this year.
And you see Tatum taking a lot of those shots at the end of the game too. So and I don't think he's not mad or anything. I don't think that's it, but it's probably just a bit of an adjustment for him.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that's necessarily the issue, but it definitely could has something to do with it. I'm sure. I mean, everybody's human. Everybody's human.
Because you think it's the knee. Though.
I do think it's the knee, but everything is human.
He
Everybody's human.
Be playing
I don't think he's Kyrie level, but I'm sure these guys are NBA players, and everybody knows.
No, you're right. Like
that NBA players have huge egos, so I'm sure he doesn't like kind of being maybe the second fiddle now.
Yeah, to the 21-year-old.
He wasn't the second fiddle the first few months of the season. It was all Kemba, and then Tatum went on this roar right after the All-Star game when Walker wasn't playing because of his knee.
I think I think the Celtics are at their best when Tatum's playing as the best player on the team, but I just think his struggles are a little bit to the tune of that.
I'm not necessarily saying that's wrong.
All right. Well, I'm glad we could agree.
We didn't get to this. Yeah, barely. That's like a barely agree.
Yeah.
So, we didn't get to this last episode. Who do you guys think is coming out of the Western Conference?
Did we not get to it?
No.
But maybe a few episodes ago we did.
Didn't get to it.
We've talked about it at least once.
Definitely didn't get to it last episode.
No, yeah. I stand where I've stood for a while now, and it's just been reaffirmed over the past since the All-Star break. The Lakers, coming out of the West.
I don't know. I still think that the Claw can make it happen in the playoffs. I picked them before the season, and I think it would be electric to see both. Battle of LA, to see both teams in the Western Conference.
Ooh, that's what's sick. That has to happen.
That would have some like Kings Lakers 02 vibes there.
I just don't see any way that's not going to happen. Where it's like Denver or some team like that, who aren't bad teams.
No,
but they're not going to upset either of those.
No, those teams are definitely a tier above. But I think.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I was going to say. I was just going to say that with Pat Beverly playing for the Clippers, he can guard LeBron no problem. It's not an issue.
No challenge.
Yeah, no challenge. Yeah. I mean,
I
like his edginess, but he takes it to the next level where it's like, can you tone it down a little bit?
Right.
Just a little bit.
Insufferable sometimes.
So honestly, there's teams that are close to them record-wise, but looking at these teams right now, there's really no team that I see threatening either of the Lakers or Clippers in the series. You got the
all
Nuggets,
good teams, but they're
Jazz,
not threatening those
Thunder,
teams
Rockets. None of these teams, they're all good teams, but there's just no chance they best the amount of good players on the Lakers and Clippers in a whole series.
I think any of those teams could give either one of them a run.
6 games, maybe 7.
Maybe 7, but yeah.
I got the Clippers coming out.
You do?
I think a Clippers versus Lakers series is legitimately a coin flip.
Yeah.
I think you've got the two best players in the world. I think you have the Clippers, what I think is going to be the difference is the Clippers made a bunch of moves to the deadline. They're extremely deep. So I think that's what's going to
Lakers did too, though.
I think they could have done more, though. I think
Lakers added Markieff Morris and Dion. You know what's
cool
about
the Clippers got the better Morris.
Yeah, I was going to say the Battle of LA. Now it's a sibling rivalry, which is cool. You always love to see that.
You probably know more about Dion Waiters than I do. What's his whole situation? What happened with him in Miami?
He was just not gelling.
His role got diminished.
Exactly.
Kind of?
If you rewind a year, he was one of their leading. He was kind of the leading scorer, and then they bring in all these young guys, and he probably wasn't taking it too well. And then earlier this year, he had the pot brownie situation on the airplane.
I forgot about that. Did he play?
I think he's
many games for the Heat this year? Or
not many. No. Yeah.
Dude, I forgot that was him.
Waiters went 4th overall in the 2012.
He has a lot of talent.
2012.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of talent.
Overall,
Syracuse, right?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I'm taking the Clippers. And whoever comes out of the West is going to beat either Milwaukee or whoever comes out of the East.
Not if it's one team.
Quickly though, out of 3 through 8, who do you like? Do you think is the most the sleeper out of the 3 out of 8?
When you say sleeper, you mean to advance farthest or to beat them?
A team that you think, that you think could actually beat the Lakers or Clippers.
In some fluke series.
Team? Who do you think it would be? I think I know who you're going to pick.
I'm not going to pick Dallas.
I feel dirty about it.
That's what I thought you were going to pick.
I feel dirty about it, but I almost want to say Houston just because they have the star power. Denver doesn't have any stars. Utah, yeah, you got Donovan
Jokic
Mitchell.
is a star, but other than that,
Jokic, he's not really. I mean, he averages like 22 points a game.
I think he's a top 10 player. He's like a fringe top 10.
He could be.
I think he's more
With
like
his
top 15,
with his
top
build
20.
though, it's
He's
definitely
like 20 and
He's
10.
a fat ass.
He is kind
The
of
Rockets
fat.
too.
He showed
I
up
like that
fat this
because
season.
not only do they have that star power and they're deep with talent, they have a lot of people who have played big roles throughout their
Who's that?
for different teams. The Rockets.
Well, it's
Yeah.
that small ball.
Yeah, I was
too.
gonna
It's
say,
almost like
so
hit
it's
or
like-
miss.
it's
Like, is it
different.
gonna work?
If
Yeah.
they're shooting, 40% from three for a whole series, it's going to be tough for those teams
Yeah.
because they shoot like 50
I
threes
just
plus
don't
a
like
game.
picking them because
That's the game plan.
Yeah.
Hook up threes and hope they all
Mike-
go in to win.
The Mike
That's what
D'Antoni special.
He's not a coach. One of us could go coach them. They'd be fine.
I'm a coach.
Yeah, what are you, a coach? You're a doctor. Can you pick one? You got another role you're gonna bring up to us next episode? Yeah, I mean, if I had to pick any of those teams, I'll go Denver.
Yeah,
I'll go Denver.
Denver's good. People sleep on Denver. I just don't think they have a winning culture over in Denver. I don't
Not
know what
yet,
it
at
is.
least. I think they've never really won anything.
Well,
They
they've
never
been
won
to the
anything when
playoffs
Carmelo
the
was
last
there.
2 years,
True.
and they just get bounced.
Honestly, the Mavericks aren't a bad pick either.
No, they're
So,
not.
I think
They have the star power too.
Doncic
Yeah.
and Kristaps. Yeah.
I think 3 through 7, they're all like in that same conversation of
Yeah.
like
If-
real close.
If we do even get to see NBA playoffs, though, we do have some.
Really good matchups.
A lot of
really
people
good
talk down
matchups.
on first round NBA playoff matchups because they're too lopsided, but I think there's a lot of really good series this year.
Well,
This year,
we're talking about like,
in the
what we go
West there is.
through.
In the East, I don't know about the East.
I think there's some
Well,
good.
actually,
Let's
yeah,
see.
3 and 4 and 5 and 6 are going to be good.
So
in the
right
East.
now you would have Celtics hosting the Sixers in a playoff series. Raptors against Brooklyn's not really.
Yeah, but the 4
entertaining
and
anymore.
5 is good. Miami, Indiana is good.
That is
That's
a good series.
I don't know. I just feel like when it comes to the 1 and 8 and 2 and the 7, like what's the point almost? I
Yeah,
would be
for
fine
the
with,
Eastern Conference. Yeah,
I would be fine with making
And
the
the
first
West.
round like a 5-game series.
it,
like,
it used to be
yeah,
like that.
but the NBA will never do that because they don't want to give up those games and give up that money.
Yeah, exactly.
But so we can transition things to the NFL now. We'll bring up quick, a few minutes of some more Tom Brady talk. And NFL free agency starts
the
this
13th,
upcoming
right?
Wednesday, but tampering period starts on Monday.
They call it the tampering period.
Yeah, it's like legal tampering
Yeah.
period. So next episode, I believe when we record a week from today, we're gonna know
where
he's going. And I get more. It's weird. I get more excited by the day because I want to be right, but then I'm also just like this growing anxiety in me is just getting bigger by the day because I'm like
anxiety that he's
that
gonna
if he
leave and the Pats
stays.
are
No,
gonna be
that if
bad.
he
or-
stays and then I'm wrong.
Oh,
and
that's
then
all.
that's
What you
that's
really
all
care
I'm
about.
worried about. I don't care if he stays. Yeah, I don't care about that.
You don't care if Tom Brady stays or leaves.
No, I want him to leave. In every aspect, I
You
want
want
him to leave.
him to leave?
Yeah, in every aspect.
You want the cover
I want the
athlete of Year in
storyline.
Sports 2006 to leave?
That's a great read, by the way.
kidding me?
That's a great read.
Look at that guy. Come on.
Pliable.
Hey, he's a beautiful.
He's looking pliable.
It was a good run for an entertainment
Why
factor.
wouldn't you want him back just for this 1 year? What if they signed him to a 1-year deal? 1 year,
And we have to go
$78
through this
million.
again.
Did you say 1 year, 78 million? That might be the one year deal that might get him to come back. 78 million with a stake in ownership.
No, but seriously, why wouldn't you want him back for this upcoming season?
Well, for multiple reasons.
Okay.
You know me. I want to be right.
Okay. Yes, I understand.
Take
I
your
understand
pick
that's-
aside. Let's talk about it in from
In
a football.
storyline?
Yeah,
In
just
storyline?
Simply.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Well,
storyline in football.
what's the contract like?
Oh my God, it's a hypothetical. Why
What if he signed a 1 year, $22 million deal?
Yeah, that'd be fine.
You'd
But
take
I
him
don't
back?
think. Yes, I will. But I don't think
25.
that's what. I think he deserves.
30.
Personally, I think he deserves. Drew Brees got a 2-year, 25. He deserves that,
Yeah.
and I think the Patriots.
25 a year?
Yes,
Yeah.
should give him that. Like out of respect, should give him that, and he probably is still worth that. But like me being realistic, not thinking they're gonna do that. I think that him coming back would be at a price that I'm not willing to go if I'm the Patriots because they have all these guys up on the
But
defensive
it's-
side of the ball.
It's your quarterback, RJ.
I understand that.
You have to spend the money on your quarterback.
No,
Yeah,
I know.
You can let him walk, and then you can let Jared Stidham take snaps
Yeah,
under center
for
or go
under
get
a
some other
million.
douchebag.
For under a million, you can sign everybody
and
back
then you
and go
can
out and
sign-
get a couple other
Where's
guys.
that
RJ
gonna
thinks
get
they
you?
can. RJ thinks they'll contend without Brady. He basically
You're
thinks the
wrong.
quarter
what are we? What's the word? How are we using the word contend?
win the AFC East and
Win the AFC
win a
East.
couple playoff games potentially.
I think if he leaves,
Yeah, that's what
and
Patriots want to see. Just come
if
out
he-
of the AFC East. They'll be
if
fine.
he leaves, and they roll with Stidham, they're winning the division, and at the very least, they're in the divisional playoff game.
that's
that's how I
enough
feel.
for you.
No, I mean, it's enough for me to go see Brady play somewhere else and get the storyline that my
And to be
Patriots
right.
can still get to the divisional playoff game. Then we can see what Brady can do somewhere else. And you guys can act like you don't want it, but deep down you do. You want to see it.
No, I
Even
don't.
Jesse wants to see it.
No, I don't.
He would just love the storyline. He just doesn't want to admit it.
It would be kind of, I guess, sort of fun to see him play in another.
Sort of fun? If he came in here and played the Patriots, that would be sort of fun. I would be hard all week leading up to that game.
I wouldn't. I would be so
Goodness.
conflicted on the inside that
Yeah.
I probably wouldn't watch, and I'd just go do something outside.
Aren't you supposed to like think about sports to last longer in bed? Aren't you just like thinking about
What?
sport?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would make.
Ever hear that?
Oh, Brady playing for the Dolphins
Yeah.
twice a year. Oh,
Yeah.
if I thought about
Get that out of your
Sorry. Not-
Be spraying baby goo all over the
oh,
place.
Jesus Christ! All right,
I hope if he
No, you're
leaves,
good.
That
That
was
if he
disgusting.
leaves, I hope he goes to the Bucks.
to the
To the
I
Bucks?
want to see
Oh,
him
I
go
thought
to
you
the
meant
Bucks.
the
if he
Milwaukee
leaves.
Bucks.
the Bucks are gonna reportedly are going like hard
For
after
Brady,
him.
yeah.
And Bruce
Gonna offer
Arians
him,
is
like,
being
$80
like
million
obvious
deal.
about it. They're probably give him like a 3-year deal, and Bruce Arians will probably give him a bunch of control for the offense. But I think, like you just said, me, you, people our age, that have only grown up seeing Brady are all going to be very conflicted
Well, not
on
you.
who to root for. What do you mean?
Actually,
I'm probably going to get a Brady jersey wherever he goes.
I would actually. I was thinking that just the other day. I would probably.
There's
buy a
some
Brady
some
jersey.
select teams that I wouldn't get a jersey for.
Fair.
I'm like the
Like
Giants,
Denver,
the
if you ever
Cowboys.
somehow went
Yeah,
there.
none of those teams I'm getting a jersey for.
I would get a Bucks Brady
I would.
jersey. I would get a Chargers Brady jersey.
Raiders.
Yeah, Raiders
You'd
are
look
pretty
good
cool jerseys.
in a black and like
Okay,
silver Raiders
okay,
jersey.
Michael Felger.
Yeah,
He has said
yeah,
that.
because you've been listening to the show because you low key like it.
Nah, it just happens to be on every time I'm eating lunch at 4:30 p.m.
Did you
Yeah,
hear?
what time you get up every morning?
Did you hear Toucher and Rich earlier? I think it was earlier. It was yesterday morning.
Is that how you pronounce it, Toucher?
Yeah, it is Toucher.
No, I don't know.
No, it's
I've always
Toucher.
seen that name and
It's
I've never
Toucher.
known.
It's the
Anyway,
morning
so,
show. It's the morning show for
They got into a
98.5.
fight about coronavirus, and I think it was Toucher walked off the stadium because he kept saying he's like it's the flu.
Oh
And Rich
god.
was like, it's not the flu. It's totally irresponsible to be saying that. He's like, flu. They got into like this hardcore
what an
argument. He's
asshole.
like walking out, but
So there's a lot of, I don't want to say a lot, but there's a decent amount of potential free agent quarterbacks that are going to be up to go anywhere they want in a few days, like Phillip Rivers, Marcus Mariota, Jameis Winston, Teddy Bridgewater, potentially Dak, if they let it get to that point. And then Ryan Tannehill. Is there any of those guys that you see and you're like, I want him on a certain team?
Theodore Ernest Cornwallis Bridgewater III.
Is that actually his name?
No, I just made that up.
That was pretty good. I thought maybe you looked it up to be funny or something.
Teddy Bridgewater, I think he deserves to get paid somewhere and deserves to start somewhere, but I don't really think that he would fit into what Bill Belichick's probably.
No,
trying
I
to
don't
do
want
over
him here in the Patriots.
I want to see Phillip Rivers in Miami. There, I said it.
I think he's going to be he's living in Florida with all of his family, and he has like 12 kids. And he doesn't want to be far away from them. I think he's going to go to Tampa if Brady doesn't go there, which I don't.
They can't pull him. They can't bring Rivers, and he can't throw the ball more than 30 yards
Well,
anymore.
he loves to sling the ball down the field, and he's got Mike Evans and Chris.
I know.
Godwin.
I think that was his problem this year. He couldn't throw the deep ball.
Yeah, he took a huge dip off.
Hey, breaking news: the Players' Championship has been canceled.
Are you serious?
Yep, for golf. So
Wow, is that our first? We gotta get like a breaking news.
I was gonna do the list. I was gonna.
Wow, yeah. There you go.
They already played the first round though, and they're now canceling it.
Yeah, that's what it said. Canceled.
What the fuck are golfers gonna get out in the course? Like what? It's
the most
outside,
individual sport.
and there's no
like,
fans there. Everyone's. It's just like when you're in high school and one school gave a snow day,
Yeah.
and everybody followed suit. That's what everybody's gonna do now.
And we have an update from Tom Hanks just saying that everything's going well down under. He said.
He's still stuck in Australia, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty. Yeah, because they're in
Down under.
isolation. Oh god.
Out of all these ones you have listed here, if the Patriots were to go after any one of them, say they lose their quest for Tom Brady, I would love to see Ryan Tannehill play for the Patriots.
Ugh.
I love
No,
Ryan
thank you.
Tannehill.
No,
I
thank
love
you.
Ryan Tannehill.
Gross.
I'd rather go at
I don't want
Stidham or Trey.
Tannehill.
I don't want any of those halfway bum quarterbacks on any of my team or on my fucking team.
Yeah.
I-
Which one of these would you most rather? For me, it would probably be Winston
the
or Dak.
Patriots, you're
No,
saying?
from this little list on our sheet here between Rivers, Mariota, Winston, Bridgewater,
No.
Dak, and Tannehill.
Jameis Winston's not getting a starting job anywhere.
Yes,
No, I
he
think
is,
he
dude.
is.
He
I
just
think
led the
he's
league
gonna-
in passing yards and
Interceptions?
touchdowns
And-
and interceptions.
Yeah, I think some team. I have him
He's a good quarterback.
potentially going
He's
to the
not a good
Chargers. He might go to the Chargers. The Chargers, their only quarterback, they've already moved on from Philip Rivers. All they have is Tyrod Taylor. So I could see him going somewhere there. I just think here's a crazy hypothetical for you. So I think I said last episode that Kyle Shanahan apparently has this fascination with Kirk Cousins. So Brady goes to the 49ers. No, wait, sorry. I already screwed up. Kirk Cousins goes from the Vikings to the Niners in a trade. Brady signs with the Vikings, and Garoppolo comes to the Patriots. Everybody gets what they want. Brady goes to a winning team.
Except for Tom Brady.
He goes to a winning team. He could win in Minnesota next year. Minnesota's got a good team. He's got Thielen, Diggs, Kyle Rudolph, Dalvin Cook. Their defense is good. They have at least a decent. Yeah, you're gonna shake your head. Well, I don't want him to go anywhere.
That team
Hey,
is
what
just
team-
a losing culture, though. The Vikings, they always come up short.
Minnesota?
Mike Zimmer,
They were in the NFC Championship game like 2 years ago, and they just beat the Saints. in the wild card
they
round.
always lose.
I have a question for you. If there is a team, I know this is going to be hard for you to think about. If Brady does leave, where do you want to see him go?
I think I just said Tampa, but if I had to pick,
Tampa? Why do you want to go to Tampa?
I would like to see him with those wide receivers. You know, have a little
Why, he can't even- he
infatuation
doesn't even
for.
have-
You like Bruce Arians?
No,
Or no, Mike Evans.
something of-
Mike Evans.
I like Mike Evans. I'm also a James Winston guy, but I guess if I could pick any team in the league for him to go to, I don't know. Talk about something else so I can think about that.
49ers.
It's the Niners.
Yeah.
It's the Niners.
It's
What?
his
So he can go
child-
back and
It's
play.
his childhood
No, because
team.
then he
They're-
could
they're-
win instantly.
Yeah,
he could
they
win
could-
instantly.
Right.
Yeah, I guess.
Right off into the sunset.
Who would I want to see Tom Brady play for?
It's the Niners. It absolutely is the Niners.
I don't even know. I
He
can't.
can't. His fanboy head can't. His brain
I
can't.
can't wrap around it. Yeah.
You're gonna have to pretty soon.
Nah.
What is going to be your initial reaction when he signs with somebody else? Like, are you gonna like cry? Are you gonna like? I don't like. What are you gonna be shocked? Like, what are you gonna do? You gonna play FIFA? Pop on career
I'll
mode?
probably reinstall Madden 20 and trade. Once the update hits, I'll trade him back to the Pats and do a career
With
mode.
the sliders all
Right
over.
after.
Yeah.
Right after you Venmo
Brady
me
wins
that
MVP
$100.
with 250 touchdowns.
So, to another team in Boston now I don't think we've ever talked about, which I think, warning, I don't think anybody here is really, completely qualified to talk some
I'm a
hockey.
hockey guy.
Oh, so he's a doctor, he's a hockey guy, and you're, what was the other thing you said?
Teacher?
Coach.
Oh,
Coach,
yeah.
And I'm a
He's every-
teacher.
Oh, he
Yeah.
actually is a teacher.
Andy's a man of all trades.
Yeah.
So the Bruins,
Yeah.
once again, like I said, for the Celtics, hopefully this conversation even matters. Hopefully they get to continue their season. How do you feel about their chances to win the cup after what happened last year?
Just as good- just
first
as
Can
good
they
as
can they
last
make
year.
up for leaving one on the table last season?
That's tough. You rarely see teams make up for that.
In any sport.
Any sport.
In any sport.
Yeah, well,
not just hockey.
Well,
Any sport.
they are well on their way this year. The first team to 100 points.
They should win the President's Trophy. with the best
Pasternak
record.
might
Reach
be
50
setting
goals.
some records this year.
Yeah.
I mean, what is it, 50? I thought he's already at 50. Am I wrong?
I think he's already at 40, and he's going to be chasing 50.
Okay. Yeah,
Well-
hopefully they give him a chance to get enough games and to even get to 50. But that kid's really
Nasty.
good.
He's probably their best player right now.
Yeah,
Of course he is.
And he hopefully stays a Bruin for.
But
for his
unlike
whole
Danny
career.
Ainge,
They made moves at the
they
deadline.
did, yeah.
Don
They
Sweeney
did.
made moves.
Yeah.
You can count on them to
Andre
do,
Kosh
to do that. I
was
feel
a
like.
nice addition, and so was the Ritchie kid. Both guys came from Anaheim, right?
What's
Yep.
his name? Brett Ritchie?
Mike Ritchie?
Mike Ritchie.
Nah, it might
Tom
be Brett.
Ritchie?
Nah, I don't know what. It's
Rich
Richie
Ritchie,
something.
John. Rich,
He's had a couple
Rich
goals
Ritchie?
though. Something Richie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, they have just as good a chance as they did last year, honestly, and they
Well,
I want
I
to see him
think
win
they
one more
do.
for Big Z.
I think their team, they might be better than they were last season, but the road's going to be a lot harder.
Yeah.
They're not going to get that easy road. Like
Gifted, where the Lightning
Yeah,
got
right.
eliminated.
Tampa, Washington,
Yeah.
Pittsburgh,
Yeah.
Toronto.
Yeah.
Those are a lot of tough teams.
Yeah.
And
they are.
I like their chances. Don't love them because I just think these hockey rounds, anybody can win, anybody can lose, and I would see all these series going deep, going 7 games.
Right. If anything,
And-
that's all those upsets last year speaks to that.
Yes,
that
and-
anybody can beat you.
Just to think that you were on the peak of the mountain with the cup, in your
Game 7
arena
in Boston.
right there to win, and then you got to do it all over again.
Yeah.
But that was like, my feeling going into the season. They answered the bell. They're gonna have the best record in the league.
Yeah.
I hope them feeling like they left one on the table drives them, because they know Chara might never have a chance to win another one.
No.
Makeup, I just hope leaving that one on the table just powers them through, because if they win it this year, then it makes up for last year, in my opinion. Because there's no way if they won last year they were going to go back to back. I feel like it's not going to work like that for the most part.
Let's get them to 2-2 with this core group of guys that we've had since 08.
It's not great, but it's 500. You got two. I think to only get one ring with all these guys would be kind of a disservice. You got to get two.
Underperformance.
Especially with last
It's entirely dependent on how Tuca's going to show up.
Do you trust Tuca in the Game 7? He was great all last
The whole
postseason,
playoffs,
and then
that
Game
shit
7,
like
he just
I know. There's those nights that Tuca disappears. And,
yeah, it's really how it is.
But I think you have the luxury of, like, you could have a short leash on Tuca if he gives up 2 quick goals or something like that.
Bring our boy
Yaroslav
Halak
Halak is more than a competent backup goaltender. Tuca's number 1 in the league in goals against average, and I think Halak's like 6th in the league in goals against average.
Easily the best backup goalie.
Whatever the award is, the people think Rask is going to win it for best goalie.
Oh yeah,
just having a good year. But does Bruce Cassidy does he have the balls to go with Halak in the postseason?
Yes, that guy's got the balls to do anything.
I think
in my
Bruce Cassidy
opinion.
does have.
He
some
rules.
balls.
I feel like
Yeah, and I mean Halak should be just as confident as any goaltender he's going up against.
Yeah.
So we'll see. My Bruins.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's gonna happen. I think it's gonna happen, and then Chara's gonna retire. I'm not confident on it. I'm not confident whatsoever, but I think it's gonna happen.
Are you more confident in Chara retiring if they win or them winning?
I don't get that question. Can you say it again?
I worded it quick. I thought it made sense.
Didn't make any sense.
Are you more confident in Chara retiring if they win the cup, or are you more confident that they're gonna win the cup? Is it that hard though?
Well, no.
Never mind.
Actually, no. I get what you're saying, because I don't know if he actually would retire if they won.
I don't know. I don't watch him enough on a night-to-night basis to know how he is.
It might be the first one you said, of them winning the cup. More confident they're going to win the cup.
Yeah.
So I could see of him not wanting to quit.
Yeah.
Not wanting to keep going. What is he, like 43
People don't
now?
really hit him either. Like,
he's so big. Like, if he was a regular-sized NHL player, he wouldn't still be
something
playing.
about it. I also feel like there's some sort of, like, respect factor in him, because, like, he got hit the other night, and it started a full line brawl. 4-on-4, yeah.
That game was awesome.
Yeah.
I didn't get to watch, but...
I mean, we don't watch hockey a bunch, but What?
Nothing good.
No, you don't watch hockey a bunch, but that was like... I was going full fanboy watching that.
Yeah.
Just people beating the hell out of each other. So it was good for me.
Yeah.
So, we can move things on to our half betting segment, because we don't have anything to
It's
pick.
unfortunate. This will probably be one of our last betting segments for a while.
Ever.
Yeah, so I guess we'll just do picks of the weekend. Well, I had a golf one, which apparently I can't use now.
Yeah,
so I can cross that out. So I've got 2 now, and hopefully those happen.
What are they?
So I got...
Give us one, and we'll go around.
Okay,
we'll
so I got... there's a UFC fight on Saturday night. Hopefully it happens. Apparently they're going to be having it in their small gym where they have the reality show The Ultimate Fighter, and there's going to be no crowd. And I have Charles Oliveira on a 6-fight win streak, plus 115 against Kevin Lee. I think Kevin Lee is a pretender. I think Charles Oliveira, only like 30 years old, has been in the UFC for like...
Journeyman.
Yeah, a long time now. I think this is his time. I think he's going to submit Kevin Lee.
That would be cool.
It's going to be a 5-round main event. So that's one of my picks of the weekend.
All right. One that's kind of relevant to right now that I'll use first is I'm gonna take the MLS as the first major United States sports league to resume games out of the NBA, NHL, and MLB, and those odds are plus 375. So go ahead, drop $100 on it.
They already said that they're waiting a month too, right? Isn't a lot?
I don't know if I've heard that the NHL and the NBA did say a month. I haven't heard much on the MLS.
I thought the MLS said 30 days too, so it seems like they're all in the same window. If they're going to reevaluate things in a month.
So it'll just be whoever's got the first scheduled game gets.
I think it's going to be. We're going to reevaluate things
in a month.
Who's going to be the team to say, or the organization or the league.
Be like, we're just gonna play with no fans.
Yeah, and then then everyone will follow suit with that, just like it's been with everyone suspending the leagues.
I just think soccer, it's a little more spread out too. Like in the NBA, their bodies are bouncing off each other,
The Premier
breathing
League hasn't even canceled games yet. That's soccer.
And actually, I should say that the MLS was the most underdog league to have the first game played. So I don't know. I could see it happening. Andy, got any bets for us?
Yeah, let me just pull up my notes here. Yeah, I got Kevin Lee, first round knockout.
There we go.
What a dick.
Love it.
That's not happening. Another one. I hate to do this. It's desperate times, son. Here's a soccer bet.
Oh, soccer talk.
If this game happens Saturday, Crystal Palace against Bournemouth. Bournemouth is in the relegation zone. Crystal Palace is plus 200 money line to win. They've won 3 games in a row. Chasing United. Gonna win me that $100 over Jesse. Lock it in. They got Liverpool the week after. They're gonna be hot going in against Liverpool the week after.
I'll buy you out of that bet.
No,
you're riding it to the end. Oh, because you think we're gonna.
Brady's gonna leave.
Even.
So the worst, I'm splitting even.
Yeah.
You might owe me 200. I didn't feel that great a couple weeks ago. Now I feel great.
Imagine that. United's on a tear. They're unbeaten in their last 11, longest streak under their current manager.
Speaking in Premier League or just all leagues?
In all comps right now,
comps.
But actually, you know what? It might be Premier League. I don't know for sure. Anyways, another bet, sticking to soccer, you could do. So United, last year they didn't qualify for the top European competition, which is called the Champions League. They qualified for the second best one, which is the Europa League. So essentially they're in there with all these scrub teams. They just traveled to Austria today to play some team called Lask. Beat them 5-0. They're in the knockout stages. United to win the Europa League, plus 400. You heard it here first.
Plus 400.
Plus 400.
So what round are they in right now?
They're in the round of
16?
I think it's the round of 16. Yeah, because they were just in the round. Yeah, so they're in the round of 16. They're playing scrubs now. There's a chance they could play some bum team again.
You never know in those Europa
They
leagues.
get rolling too, yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Book it.
Nice. That's a nice little bet.
Yeah, why not?
Nice little future bet.
Yeah.
You guys got anything else?
Everything's just going to be run through a simulator, so.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's tough times.
Yeah.
Tough times.
What are we going to do?
I don't know. So, I think for this episode, that's pretty much going to do it for us.
You guys don't have anything else?
No, I'm good.
Wish I had something to say.
No.
I had something to say.
I think we're good. I think next week is going to
no,
be.
you don't.
Hey, next week is going to be a great
Sounds like RJ
episode.
doesn't want me to have anything to say.
Do you want?
No, I don't.
He doesn't have anything.
Okay, sorry.
You don't have anything?
No. You can catch me on my doctor podcast, though, where I give medical lectures.
You know what I do?
Dr. Gifford.
I do have something I want to mention. I said this to you guys when I came in. I got this thing here. I already mentioned it once. Year in Sports 2006. It has stats from the Year in Sports 2004. I don't know why they called it 2006. Anyways, just a little highlight how much the NFL has changed. In 2004, there were only 3 quarterbacks that passed for over 4,000 yards.
Wow.
And now it's like if you don't throw for 4,000 yards, you're a bad quarterback.
Yeah.
So, yep, that's my final words there.
Okay.
Nice.
So, we'll talk to you next week, and we'll probably have a Brady decision by then, so I'm either going to be in a great mood like you've never heard me before, or I'm going to be here apologizing once again that I was wrong about something else. After that, hopefully we can find some material to keep a podcast going. Might have to take a little hiatus just like all these other leagues for a little bit, but next week we'll be back for sure talking some NFL free agency, talking some Brady.
Cool.
Thanks for
Stay
listening.
safe, guys.
Talk to you. Yeah,
wash your fucking hands.
Absolutely.
Keep it real.